All right. Good morning, evening, whatever time of day it is. Welcome. Today we're going to take a look at how to find tensions in an accelerated system. So up to this point, we've just looked at finding the acceleration of your system, looking at the net force, and looking at all of your objects and all of their mass. But now we're going to take to the next level of finding the tensions. You're going to notice a lot of similarities to an elevator style problem, so just keep that in mind. The other thing, we're going to use 10 as gravity today. So if we think about this Jeep, it has a certain tension in its rope, but when it's being accelerated, either way, up or down that hill, things change. And if you think about that cable, if I try to accelerate it up the hill, that tension is going to change. So this was taken from a handout, the systems practice handout. So if we did that this year, you're in. If we didn't, sorry. It's a wonderful handout. But here is a quite excellent problem. And so the first thing we need to do is we need to find the net force. So we're going to walk through this, and so this is our goal down here, but if we can't do this stuff, there's really no reason to. So let's look. So let's draw my forces. So I have a weight force on my 50-gram guy. So his mass is 0.050. Gravity today is 10. So his weight force is 1/2 a Newton. This guy has a weight force, normal force, tension. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to draw this red here, and this guy's tension red. And what we're going to do is we're going to solve for both these tensions. We're going to see if we can see something. So we're going to start by solving for this guy's tension first. But to do that, we need to find the acceleration first. That's always job one, is to find the acceleration of your system. So let's start with that idea. So my F net for my system is going to be 0.5 newtons. Reason being is I have no force backwards off of this guy, so the only force that's accelerating my system is this one right here. So the mass that's being accelerated is the guy on top plus the hanging one, and so I get my acceleration. And I get an acceleration of 1.42857. Purposely haven't rounded that much, so we can use that later to draw some conclusions. So we have now done this. We found the acceleration. Determine the time it takes to travel 1 meter. That's a kinematics problem. Your initial velocity is 0. Your final velocity is, nobody cares. Acceleration is 1.43. Displacement is 1. Time is my goal. So, knowing that, so you could solve that one out. That's not the goal of today. This last one here is what we're going to do. We're going to determine the tension. So what we did is we looked at the system, its F net. But now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the F net for just the single item. Okay? So for the single item, the mass is 0.050. The acceleration is 1.42857. And so I get an F net of, I wrote it down, 0.0714 newtons. But here's the catch. If you look at this, weight force is 0.5, but the net force is only 0.047. So we could think of it as the weight's winning, the tension's losing, and when I subtract those, I get 0.0714. The weight's 0.5 minus the tension equals 0.0714. So if I solve that, I get the tension to equal 0.4287 newtons. I can round that to 0.43 newtons. But notice what we did. So going through the whole process, we looked at the entire system, then we came to the individual single item. And now you're probably asking yourself, how do I know which one to use? Well, we just chose that one arbitrarily. So now we're going to try the other one. So the other one, so I'm going to do it for this guy here. The F net equals MA. So if you look at this top diagram up here, what's the F net? Normal and weight cancel, so my F net is my tension. Mass is 0.3, acceleration is 1.42857. Solve for my tension and I get 0.42. Oops, yeah, Oh, that's good. 0.42857 newtons, which when I round is 0.43 newtons. If you notice, it didn't matter which one you solved, and even more importantly, you notice that the tensions are equal. And so this is a big idea. This is called Newton's third law force pairs, which we'll get into shortly. So I hope that helped. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. See ya.